How long have you been traveling with Falconer?
Falconer and I, we have a long relationship. I've known her for many years.
How long have you been traveling with Falconer?
Oh, well, I suppose the last 10 years almost I've been traveling with Falconer.
Okay.
Yes.
As a precaution, I think we need to lock him up.
Me?
Oh boy.
Yes, you.
I'm already at the front door.
Yeah, you're at the front door.
I'm
So,
at the
Maku,
front
from your
door.
point of view.
You will find me sitting at the front door.
By the way, I'm at like the full defensive,
'Kay.
holding it stance.
Can you wait a minute?
No,
Please just let me talk.
I'm like in. I'm not saying anything, just in full defensive stance.
Okay, well, I will explain why you are like that, because you are a defense robot. I'm just going to tell them that. Okay?
Again, not saying anything, just eyes locked.
I'm gonna
Eye
go down the
locked.
hall and see if I can find a crew cabin or something that we could contain him in.
Certainly, yeah. So this ship actually has a functioning brig, like a legitimate jail.
We're taking
Perfect.
him,
Yeah.
putting him
that
in
you
there
could use.
just until we get off this rock.
Okay. So as you return back to the bridge to let everybody know that there is a jail you can hold him in, you can tell immediately that Tash is aware of what you just went to do, sort of thing, because he immediately sort of scans around and looks at the four of you who are still here. I won't be any trouble.
No, you won't. Let's go.
I won't be any trouble.
We're not going to hurt you, but to ensure our own safety,
We're
it's best to have you out of the way for the moment.
doing a
You
little
won't be
bit
any
of-
trouble in the brig either.
A little bit of risk management going on.
Oh, you can see he is not nearly of the stature to be able to really fight back at this point, because he's like, the size of a toddler. So he sort of just groans his head a little bit, and very quietly the little sphere foot begins to roll as he not even marches but trudges in that general direction. Did the camera freeze? Oh, there it is.
No,
Okay.
people are
just
just
not
Sitting still.
Everybody stopped. So Tash, somewhat willingly, is led toward. Are you leading him?
Yes.
Led towards this brig of the ship, and as he does, he's sort of looking up at you as you're walking. I swear, I'm not going to be any trouble. Falconer is going to be upset that you even did this to me.
Falconer's already upset.
I don't think we can make Falconer more upset at this point. Well, maybe if we left them.
I could tell you how to turn the guns the right way, if you wanted to. I might have changed my mind about not going with you.
Hold on. Whoa. How?
Well, I need some assurances myself.
We're not going to kill you.
I don't know if I need little guy's help. I'm sort of up at the bridge,
Yep.
flipping switches.
Oh,
Is that a reasonable
Yeah,
thing?
I gave Thurgood a rundown on the computer.
Is this just something that I even need his help to do? Because
Not really. He's talking out his ass.
I've done that at this
So you
point.
went off.
Yeah. for the time being. I've
Our
got that.
pilot has that under control.
Can I at least pick my cell?
No.
No.
There's some good ones and some bad ones, though. I'll show you.
I'm sure there's reasons for that too.
No, well, just be fine. He's dejected, and he sort of just gives up and starts to wheel in the
Put him in
general
the first one.
direction of the brig. When you get there, you can see kind of what he's talking about. There's some that have very likely been used, sort of like the first stall in the bathroom, just get used the most. So it's kind of the grossest. And he looks at that one, looks up at you. I don't want this one.
I would
That's
try
all-
and
that's all
find
I'm
one
saying.
that looks like it's in decent shape.
And every single other one is. It's like there's 6 cells. All of them are clean except for this one. That's the one they always use
Yeah.
for whoever gets chucked in there all the time. It stinks. It's a bit sticky in places. It's not great. So Tash eventually sort of concedes and goes in to the brig, sort of turns in place, looks very dejected, this tiny figure in this big giant room all by himself. As you beep, shink, close the door, and you hear the lock and the latch, and the little camera turns on, and he's looking sad, captive.
Can I see that from the bridge?
Yeah, from your little light pops up. It's, like cell 3.
Cell 3 is an active.
Cell 3, and he's sitting there, just sad, dejected. The little fins folded down. Just
If I have comms in there, it's not forever, pal.
he sort of just looks up. Yeah, I know.
Not forever.
Are you saying that through all of our comms?
No, you can key into specific areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go join Nibel by the door.
Okay, well, just as you approach sort of that open hatch, from your 3 point of view, you can see there's maybe not so much a smoke, but there's a disturbance. Some of the canopy that's in the distance is sort of rustling a little bit, as clearly there's something on approach, whatever it might be. Did you turn the guns off?
No, just pointing them upwards.
Just point them up. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So they don't react in any way, shape, or form. But from your point of view, you watch as in the distance, a couple 100 meters away, a pretty durable and rugged-looking truck bursts through the trees, essentially. Behind it, in a weird sort of almost like a spherical tether stasis type thing, there is a shifting and moving Formian queen of considerable size. The exact same size creature that attacked your ship previously. So you can almost confirm you killed one of the queens before. But it's stuck sort of in the air. There's a little bed beneath it that's giving it whatever mechanical suspension it needs to stay up as this giant 6-wheeled truck is lumbering towards you in the distance. Can I please have a perception check from any one of the three of you who are outside the ship?
I'm making a perception check.
Not me.
15.
15. From your point of view, you can kind of just see inside the cab of the ship, and at the helm of it, or at the wheel of it, there's a pretty robust-looking dwarven figure with sort of shocking red hair and a beard that disappears behind the wheel, who's sort of like white-knuckling on the front of it, trying as best as he can to go as fast as he possibly can. Beside him, you can see that there is a sort of jaguar-like figure. You would recognize it to be a panthera, who's sitting in the passenger seat beside. With a 15, you can see that they're having a conversation with a dwarf beside them. You can also see that on the rear of the truck, in the same place where Thurgood stood on the previous time, there's two more figures, presumably Falconer and another. One of them is a Kashathan, which is a 4-armed monk-like race of people, who is on the back, and even with a 15, you can see that they're in the process of finagling a heavy weapon on the top of this truck, as if they're preparing once they're in range to do something about it. They're not yet. They're clearly too far away. And the fourth figure you see is a diminutive figure. You would recognize it to be an Akishti, a lizard-like desert dwelling, typically. Somewhat skittish type creature, who's on the side, who's currently feeding ammunition towards this this Kasathan beside, who's getting ready. But they're in the distance, and you guys are like enough in the shadows that they probably can't see you, but they definitely know the door's open and they know something's up.
Oh, Maku's at the bottom. They can see.
Oh, they definitely see Maku. Okay.
Yeah.
Maku is like sitting at the bottom of the door, just like eagerly waiting for them to come back.
Incoming, and they're armed.
Just wait a minute, okay?
Didn't move an inch. Just incoming,
Are
and
they
they're armed.
are they approaching the ship yet?
Oh yeah.
I assure you, Maku, they are going to shoot.
I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to try to calm them in and see if they can hear me.
They won't shoot on their own ship, I don't think.
Well, hey,
But we
look,
better be ready.
I know that my crew has been a little bit testing your patience, but I would really like for you to talk to me, because I think that we can work this out. And can I make a diplomacy check?
Sure.
Oh no.
What was it?
They're definitely shooting on their own ship.
That one.
So as you key in on the
Total
comm,
love.
trying to reach them, from the distance, several hundred feet away, still you just see a little. It looks at first like a little blinking light almost, but then it pretty quickly registers that that's the gun. The muzzle flashes are occurring. The sound hasn't reached you yet. From your point of view, you just begin to hear pick, 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 as this huge cone of fire comes out, but not nearly accurate enough to really hit. But you instinctually sort of move and duck, as they did in fact fire on their ship, because small arms and big ships aren't exactly a
Would
bad
that have
thing.
registered at the helm?
Definitely yes.
Okay, Thurka, can you put the guns back down?
I mean.
Maku's like running back on his chair. I'm scared.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, so much for diplomacy.
So the two big cannons, just boom, they sort of bend down, swivel in the direction you want them to, and the truck continues on its trajectory, firing the whole way.
Shoot him?
Shoot them.
Hey, why don't we just take off?
I mean, you wanted to get rid of them.
Can you aim for? Yeah. No. You know what? Kill them.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. We got to go.
Holy shit, y'all. I mean, there was so much waffling back and forth.
the queen.
And now you
There
want
it
me
is.
to hit the big button. I'll hit the big button. All right.
I hit the button. If he's not doing it.
All right.
You both hit the button.
Yeah, we both hit the button. Is that an attack roll using the
Yeah, so it will be a gunnery check for a ship,
so
so
that's
piloting.
piloting? 16.
16. So as from inside the ship, as the door is beginning to rise up, as everybody's piling on the inside, you can hear the sound inside the ship, because this is really the first time you've heard it fire from the inside, as a huge power draw sort of happens throughout the ship. You see the lights sort of dim for a second. This weird boom sort of occurs, and as the door closes, you hear muffled in the distance a great big noise. Now, you have access to some cameras, so you could probably see out if you were to finagle a little bit. But as of now, you don't hear anything else. No more tinging on the side of the ship. No more, or really anything.
Would the guns be trying to shoot the queen when it gets close enough? That they have in the back of the truck?
Because they were supposed to hit Formians.
I'm not looking to find out at this point.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, can I jump on the cameras?
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Doc
you
wants
sort of
that.
just beep, 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 and one of the screen, the cell screen changes and goes up to an external view, and you're like looking left, jungle, jungle. Look this way. There is still a truck hurtling towards you. There's no more queen on the back of it. You were very right. It was set to target Formians exclusively. They're automated guns. So this poor in stasis queen that was being brought along just got blown probably to pieces.
Can I try to reprogram it?
You could. It'll take some time.
It would take too long? Okay.
Should I just unplug these guns and let's go?
Can we go? Can we go, please?
Well, yeah, we're going. All right, I'm making
very
for.
scared. Where's our friend?
I just pulled cords. He's in the brig.
Why is he in the break? What did he do? Was he bad?
We're gonna worry about him later. He's fine. I got eyes on him.
Yeah,
He's
unplug the
just
guns.
looking sad.
You pull off the guns. You look at the camera. He's still sitting there. Looking all
Does the
sad.
ship itself have any guns?
It does, yes.
All right.
I'm gonna keep us in atmosphere for the moment, and I'm just trying to avoid the incoming debris field.
Certainly. Go ahead and give me a piloting check.
Yeehaw.
And I'm going to do this and this.
12.
Ooh, 12. Not great.
Uh-oh.
While Thurgood's doing that, can I sneak off to the brig?
Sure. So as the ship,
are
as
in
the
trouble,
Vanks
Mr.
begins to sort of lurch up from the ground, the engines kick into gear. You learn a couple things about it. One, ships of this size don't really have like a hover function. You either move or you're not moving. So once you build momentum, you sort of got to keep going, especially in atmosphere. But you have control of the ship, and it's easy enough. And even as you sort of begin to get a little bit of height and distance and sort of angle the ship in one way or another, you can see down on the ground now inside this ring of dead Formians with two now defunct guns. There's a parked truck essentially there, and piling out of it there are a couple of rather perturbed looking former crew members who are looking up at your ship, and one of them is at the very least giving you obscene gestures with four arms up your way.
All right.
Anything? No?
Can I sneak off to the brig?
Yeah, you're on your way. Yeah, taking that.
I'm just slowly walking back, being like, we should have killed them.
What's the long-term plan? Honestly, it was quicker to just ditch him, if we're being real.
That's not the long-term plan. That's the short-term plan.
We can take a pass back by.
Gee, you are awful bloodthirsty today, y'all.
I mean,
I just
I'm
want out
not
of
dying
here.
on this dirt ball.
My aposis is toast.
I'm really glad Maku left.
The only thing we've got going for us that we know is going maybe to Absalom or wherever the Starfinders prance about. This thing is drift capable, right?
Yes.
Well,
That's good to know after we've taken off.
I was gonna
yeah,
say
we can either go to that other, like the place.
The
where all
settlement,
things
yeah.
are. Yeah, the settlement, or we can just go.
Go.
Doc says go, I vote go.
Go.
The only, where's Maku?
You all look
Where's
around and realize that Maku's once again gone.
I start flicking through the cameras.
Maku on the ship.
You flick, 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 and you get to one where you can see sort of down the brig hallway as Maku has just approached that door.
I go running.
So you go running, but in the meantime,
I push the button.
certainly.
Can I reach the button?
Absolutely.
I push the button.